You wake up every day following the same routines, looking at the same goals, chasing the same dreams. But what if everything you've been told is just a trap? A system designed to make you feel like you're constantly missing something, even when you have it all. You're driven by the belief that success is just one more step ahead, one more achievement, one more thing to fill that empty space inside of you. And yet, it never fills. It only deepens the void. You keep pushing, striving, accumulating, but the hole never seems to close. This isn't just a coincidence. It's the system, the way everything is set up, the pressures you've been conditioned to follow. It's a prison, one made not of bars, but of ideas, expectations, and endless desires. And the hardest part, you don't even realize you're locked in. But what if you could break free? What if the real key to freedom isn't more success, more possessions, or more validation from the world around you? What if it lies in changing the way you see the world, in breaking the chains of a mindset that tells you you're not enough unless you're always moving up, always striving for more? The truth is, real freedom comes when you stop filling the void with external things and start filling it with a right understanding of who you truly are. In this world, we're taught to chase the impossible. The idea that there is always something more to achieve, but what if that's the very thing holding you back? What if the true power lies in stepping off the treadmill of endless pursuit and looking at the world through a lens that doesn't focus on what you don't have, but on what you already are? This is your invitation to challenge the system, to question the narrative, and to finally escape the prison you've been living in. The system, as it is and as it has been, leads to certain outcomes. One of these outcomes is the sense of not being enough, something that many individuals go through. So if there's a way to change this, how can I get rid of this hole that always needs filling? That's the big question. I think it's all about the mental direction and the mental state. Where should I make the change? It's all about how I perceive things, the perspective I have on the world around me. When you view the world through the lens of the system you grew up in, it makes sense that you feel connected to it. However, it's important to remember that this is just one of many systems that are out there in the world. Exploring different ways of living can really broaden your mind and offer a fresh perspective. It's clear that there's more to life than just achieving good grades. There's something more meaningful, maybe even more uplifting, than chasing after grades and piling on more responsibilities. These burdens don't lighten your load. They just add to the weight you carry. The system attempts to fill that emptiness within you by adding more layers, but it never really succeeds. First, you might find yourself without any money. You put in the effort to earn your first bit of money, but when it comes time to spend it, it always feels like it's just not quite enough. It was great for that one day when you enjoyed it, but the feeling of fullness or satisfaction tends to fade away pretty quickly. Just like with material possessions. Perhaps you begin with a Volkswagen, then upgrade to a BMW, and eventually you find yourself working for a Porsche. But even the Porsche is just the beginning. It'll probably result in another Porsche, or maybe a different car. At first, it wasn't even a smartphone. It was those big, clunky ones. Technology has advanced, yet it seems common to spend money on things that no longer meet our needs. In our tradition, we believe it's not the best way to go about things. It seems that a lot of folks have a different perspective on things. For example, there's this picture we have before us. It's always about up more. It just needs a little more filling up. It always feels like there's more to achieve. When you desire something, you put in the effort to achieve it, and as soon as you have it, your attention shifts to the next goal on your list. Today, society often encourages the notion that it's all about having more, being more beautiful, faster, higher, and harder. However, when we take a moment to just observe things as they are in this moment, we realize that not everything revolves around moving upward. It's 1:0 p.m. in the UK, and the sun is shining bright. Just a little while longer, and things will change. But for now, let's enjoy the lovely weather. The daylight will fade away, and we'll welcome the night. Since we came into this world, this lovely cycle has happened every day. The sun rises and sets. There's always a high and a low. We've spent half of our time taking it all in, and the other half letting it out. Our hearts have been busy pumping blood in a steady rhythm. Life is all about balance. It's a perfect 50-50. The world we live in encourages us to pursue success, but it often overlooks the importance of failure. Our minds can sometimes think there's just one path, the upward direction, but life isn't only about climbing higher. It's about sharing too. It's all about sharing, unwinding, and taking action. It's all about sharing, a wonderful sharing between you, your friends, and the world around us. That exchange brings about change, and this change is the foundation of our world. Constant chase for more can feel exhilarating at first, but eventually it starts to burn. The more we accumulate, the emptier we feel. It's as though we are filling a well with water, but the more we pour, the deeper the well seems to get. We're told to strive, to push forward, to never settle. But what if the truth is the opposite? What if the secret to fulfillment lies not in achieving the next big thing, but in learning to be content with what we already have? The system teaches us that we need more to be happy, but perhaps the real key to happiness lies in realizing that we are enough, just as we are. This cycle of striving and achieving has become so ingrained that many of us don't even recognize it. We've been conditioned to think that success is a never-ending ladder, and the only way to climb it is by constantly reaching for the next rung. But what if that ladder is just an illusion? What if there's no top, no final destination? What if the goal isn't to climb higher, but to step off the ladder altogether and live fully in the moment? The system has taught us to look forward, but maybe the answer lies in looking around and seeing what's already here. We've been raised to think that fulfillment comes from external sources, money, status, possessions. But these things only provide temporary satisfaction. It's like eating junk food. It fills you up for a while, but it never nourishes you. The more you indulge in the system's promises, the emptier you become. The real nourishment comes from within, from the understanding that life is not about accumulation, but about connection. It's about relationships, experiences, and the exchange of energy with the world around you. True fulfillment comes from living authentically, not from meeting someone else's expectations. The system thrives on distraction. It wants you to focus on what you don't have, what you need to achieve, and what you must do next. But the truth is, these distractions keep you from living fully. They keep you in a perpetual state of wanting, always reaching for something just out of grasp. But what if you could break free from that cycle? What if you could quiet the noise and tune in to the stillness within? In this space, you'd find clarity, peace, and the realization that you don't need anything outside of yourself to feel whole. This isn't to say that goals and ambitions are inherently bad. It's not about giving up on dreams or desires, but about shifting the focus. The problem arises when we tie our sense of self-worth to external achievements, when we believe that we are not enough unless we accomplish this or that. We trap ourselves in a cycle of perpetual dissatisfaction. True freedom comes when we stop measuring our value by what we have or haven't achieved. Comes when we learn to appreciate the present moment and the person we are right now, without needing to prove anything to anyone. Time to stop chasing shadows and start embracing the reality of our lives. The system may try to convince you that there's always more to do, more to achieve, more to accumulate. But the truth is, you are already enough. You have everything you need within you. The key to breaking free from the prison of endless pursuit is realizing that you don't need to fill the emptiness with anything external. The emptiness is an invitation to look inward, to discover who you truly are and to live authentically, free from the expectations and pressures of the system. Breaking free from the system isn't about rejecting success or ambition. It's about redefining what truly matters. It's about recognizing that the path to fulfillment isn't paved with more possessions or achievements, but with self-awareness and genuine connection. Once we stop chasing the illusion of perfection and begin to live in harmony with who we truly are, we unlock the freedom to live a life that is truly ours. Let go of the need to fill the void and start embracing the completeness that already resides within you. If you want to continue on your journey of self-discovery, make sure to subscribe to this channel to assure living more in the present moment. Reply with the word "now" in the comments. If this message resonated with you, and if you want to continue growing in the future, also consider giving this video a like or sharing it with someone who might benefit from a gentle reminder to slow down in life and be more awake.